Welcome everyone to the return of Random Wrestling Talk. Now, originally when I used to have this show go on air, I would do a video with my friend Matthew, who is also another big fan of professional wrestling. We used to do a lot of these episodes at least once a week. And I've decided to bring this back to bring about wrestling news, rumors, and information, and just spread some of my thoughts and opinions. I'm not going to go ahead and go on a full-on quote-unquote where I got these articles from, just some of the news and rumors that have been spread across the YouTube channel, as well as some of the things that I have read on NoDQ.com, which is where I get most of my sources. Boy, what a fucking wrestling week. I have read on NoDQ.com about the competition that AEW is trying to do, the Young Bucks and what they were offered by WWE. WWE very worried about losing their talent to the AEW or any other wrestling promotion for that matter. Probably more preferably AEW, knowing full well that their owner of the company has over $7.5 billion. That definitely plays a big factor in signing good superstars that can actually perform in front of a crowd and also people have heard of before. So that plays a major factor, making them like the opposing WCW back in the Monday Night Wars. Now, granted, I don't see AEW being that kind of competition at this point. I see that happening maybe 10 to 20 years down the road. That might be a possibility. But right now, I don't see that as a chance in hell for that to happen. Simply put, because the WWE is more well known. All WWE has to do is make these changes with the company and the direction that they got the company going, and they'll be in A-OK shape. The problem with WWE is, and this may drag people away anyway with these direction changes that they want to do with the company, is that they know they're only doing it because a competition is around. So that plays a major factor. So they're going to have to convince people, and more than likely have to stick to this direction for their entire existence. That's at least what I believe. I think that WWE has painted themselves in a huge corner they have no room out of, and they're really stuck in where they're at. Because there's been a lot of fans just like myself who don't really care to watch the product live on television. So some of the things I have read that I think was absolutely funny as shit. Let's go into the Young Bucks. I read this this morning on NoDQ.com. I think it was Pro Wrestling or PW Insider. PW Insider actually reported what the Young Bucks had stated when asked what the WWE offered them. Well, the Young Bucks are very family-orientated guys with their family. They care a lot about spending time with their wives, their kids, and so forth, and very understandable. I mean, they didn't have to spend so many road dates doing so much work like the WWE does. They had more time towards their family than they would working for WWE on a full-time basis. Now, WWE offered them a large sum of money, plus, not just that, a lot of different perks. For example, I do believe I read that they had some kind of control over their characters. Basically, they didn't have to change or orientate away from, or you know what I mean. Just not going ahead and reshaping their character to be something completely different to what WWE wants. Basically, I guess you could say WWE is satisfied with the direction of their characters that they portrayed in the other wrestling companies they performed in front of, like New Japan Wrestling and Ring of Honor. So everything was fine with that with WWE. They also wanted to give the Young Bucks the opportunity to be able to spend time with the family, so they had less work dates. Apparently, I guess I would assume they were only going to be used for televised events. Overall, from what they explained, it sounds like a great fucking deal. Why not take it? I can tell you why. They didn't explain why in this article that I read, but I can tell you the reason why. They probably did not sign. This is just my opinion, so don't take this as literally something I got information about. This is just me being me, explaining how I think probably was going through the Young Bucks' mind. I honestly think the Young Bucks just decided that it's not a good move business-wise because what they do to their talent. You look at guys like Dolph Ziggler. You look at guys, even Drew McIntyre, okay? Even Drew McIntyre for that matter. Drew McIntyre, when he first got there, was positioned as being the number one guy. Okay, great. He won the Intercontinental title, I think once or twice, stayed the champion for a while, and then lost the belt, and then didn't do nothing from there. He was promised a main event scene type atmosphere for himself. Vince McMahon was very pleased with him and praising his in-ring work, and just for no reason at all, I don't know, maybe it was just some backstage stuff that he did that Vince McMahon didn't like. He didn't want to push him. He put him in the back burner, and he did nothing, was part of the three-man band with Jinder Mahal and Heath Slater, and the rest was history. He moves on to independent wrestling, becomes Drew Galloway. He starts earning a lot of attention, just like Cody Rhodes did. Hey, you know, I mean, after all, he wins all the attention over, and then he gets sucked back into the WWE, probably offered a lot of money in comparison to what he was making in Impact Wrestling, and he wasn't a Ring of Honor, but in Impact Wrestling and some other minor independent promotions. He actually worked for it. He won some championships, was a main eventer at every independent promotion he was in, and then WWE started taking notice of this, and they said, what the fuck, let's go ahead and sign him back. Of course. Sign him back, he teams with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's made to look like a fool, and then Drew McIntyre throughout that entire period looked like a second fiddle. Drew McIntyre didn't even look like the leader of that tag team, to be quite frank with you. Till that steel cage match, I didn't see Drew McIntyre as anything more than fucking a backstage character to Dolph Ziggler. And I gotta say, that was a fucking joke in itself. I don't like what Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre was put through. I don't even see Drew McIntyre, even though they look like they're pushing the hell out of Drew McIntyre to become a main eventer. I don't see it happen. I see they're going to drop the ball at some point with him, and he's going to go nowhere. So that's just some of the things. Braun Strowman could be another character you could talk about that was disassembled. There's just so much stuff that they fixated on, which was just one guy and one guy only. And don't get me, I feel bad for Roman Reigns. He's got leukemia he's dealing with, which I've heard he's getting better with each and every day with the treatments that they're giving him, which is a good thing. I'm glad. I hope he gets a full recovery, comes back to WWE, and I hope WWE gives him a proper casting of his character so that he can be liked by the crowd or appreciated as a heel, whichever they prefer to do. But whatever the case may be, let it not be all circulated around Roman Reigns. That's not what the show should be about. Now they're making the same mistake about Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was purposely taken out of this fucking Royal Rumble matchup with Brock Lesnar. Let me put it to you this way. Dave Meltzer, I heard him make a comment, well, not heard, but I read on NoDQ.com as well, that It was all part of the plan originally to make Braun Strowman headline to sell, I believe it was, he said to sell the tickets, or not, I guess it was to go ahead and it was to convince people to buy tickets so that later on he'll be replaced by Finn Balor to begin with. That was the original plan all along. WWE was planning on doing that to begin with, no matter what was going to happen with his elbow. Now, granted, I honestly don't see anything wrong with him. He doesn't look like he's leading me on with any idea that he's hurt at all. Unless he's on fucking some kind of Novocaine shit, trying to numb out the pain so he can go ahead and do what he's doing, which, quite frankly, isn't that a little, like, health hazard there? He's doing things with his elbow that he shouldn't be doing at all, but he's on Novocaine? That seems like a bit of a problem to me. But hey, you know, I don't work for WWE, and thank God. To be quite frank with you guys, when AEW gets off the ground and they start producing week after week television episodes, and they come out with Double or Nothing, that is what this channel is going to be focused on, as well as other wrestling organizations. Now, granted, I'm not going to stop doing reviews on WWE pay-per-views, but at the same time, I just don't give a damn about this fucking product anymore. There's no hope for this product. It's got a lot of great stars. It's got a lot of quality that is promising, but it doesn't deliver. It's just a big, giant waste of time and disappointment. Just like Braun Strowman Brock Lesnar's segment back on January 7th of this year. I'm sorry, guys. That was the biggest fucking joke and probably the killer of all killers that you could do to Braun Strowman most of all. The man stands there, talks a lot of shit, and nothing happens. He doesn't go after Brock Lesnar. He don't do anything, and supposedly he forgot his lines. Now, I don't know where anyone came up with the fact that he forgot his lines. I guess because he grabbed the microphone and then gave it back to the guy at ringside and then ripped his shirt open instead. Maybe that was the reason. I'm not sure. But I didn't see anything where he forgot his lines. He started off calling Brock Lesnar Beastie Boys. Or a Beastie Boy, whatever. I really didn't understand the fucking insult there. To be quite frank with you guys, if I was was told, hey, you're a Beastie Boy, I would be actually feeling like that's more of a compliment than an insult. I mean, Beastie Boys is a very good band. They played very good music for a very long time. I don't get the insult. It didn't seem much of an insult at all. It was pretty fucking weak. And about everything that they had Braun Strowman say was fucking weak. But now that Finn Balor's placed with Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, which I don't believe Brock Lesnar's going to lose his championship. If he loses that title, that will shock the hell out of me, and I believe that is the right way to go. You need to shock the fucking shit out of people. Finn Balor needs to win this belt. That is what really needs to happen at the Royal Rumble in front of 40,000 fucking people. That is what they're trying to reach here. That's their goal. That is what you need to do. You need to have a title change happen at this event to shock everyone the fuck out. Now, granted, don't get me wrong. I understand competition's awaiting them. They have to get ready. They have to prepare for their talent not to leave. They got Andre Cien complaining. They got the Revival complaining. They got fucking Mike Bennett, which who the fuck knows from him anymore, man? That guy was coming off a fucking hot streak in Impact Wrestling. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, I understand Impact Wrestling is not what you call a fucking awesome show to watch. It doesn't have the same production. It doesn't have the same level of income or liquidity in the company itself. But he was one of the top guys in that company, I felt. And should have been pushed for a world title run at one point. But we didn't get that anyway, and it don't matter to me. I felt he was pretty damn good. I think he was well deserving to go to WWE, but to be on the main roster right from the get-go, bad move. He lost all momentum. He fought in a couple of matches, and then poof, gone. These guys are AOP, I guarantee it. Authors of Pain will be leaving that company if they don't get some kind of perks or some kind of push within this company. Revival, they're already out the fucking door. I mean, I don't care if you give them the Raw Tag Team titles. Who the fuck wants that belt anyway? It has no prestige. It has no people competing over it. Chad Gable and Bobby Roode's an absolute fucking joke. I don't even understand the chemistry between these two guys. They don't blend. They don't match worth a shit. But Chad Gable taking on Bobby Roode's gimmick is an absolute joke. He blended well with Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan and Chad Gable should have stayed as tag team partners. There shouldn't have been no split, no nothing. They should have went to Monday Night Raw. They would have been a great tag team for that division. It would have brought a little bit more entertainment and a little bit more valuable matches that we could have watched. But instead, we get nothing. I mean, to watch Chad Gable and fucking Jason Jordan compete against the Revival in NXT was freaking awesome, and get to see them again on a main roster stage with the Raw Tag Team titles on the line to compete over, that would have been worth my while. But Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, please get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Bullshit upon bullshit upon bullshit. Just get out of my face with this crap. But going back to what I was saying, they took Braun Strowman out, and I am having a weird, disturbing suspicion that Braun Strowman is going to be added to the Royal Rumble. Here is why. There was a tease by Braun Strowman on Twitter that he is going to somehow sneak his way into the Royal Rumble. Now, granted, there has been times in the past that they have actually used superstars that are a nothing entrant to get attacked backstage and then replaced by the attacker to get placed into the Royal Rumble match itself. So, I wouldn't be shocked if fucking Braun Strowman beats the hell out of Zack Ryder, takes his spot into the Royal Rumble, or better yet, beats the shit out of R-Truth, probably beats the shit out of R-Truth, and goes ahead and moves into the Royal Rumble in the 30th entrant and win the Royal Rumble itself. And all he has to do is probably eliminate one guy. I would put money on that shit. I would put money on it because it makes perfect sense. Why would you save your 30th entrant to be R-Truth? Who the fuck cares about R-Truth being number 30 in the Royal Rumble? Now, granted, I would love to see R-Truth built up into a mid-card, maybe even a main eventer someday again, where he was competing against John Cena back in 2011 for the WWE Championship. But who in their right mind would want to waste the number 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble on R-Truth, or even anyone that's not a big name? You'd want to give it to The Undertaker. You give it to Bray Wyatt. You give it to fucking Kevin Owens. You give it to Sami Zayn even. Because he was tag team partners with Kevin Owens to begin with when they both got injured. But you don't give it to R-Truth. And because of the fact that Braun Strowman has been competing on the main roster and has been competing for the Universal Championship several different times, he's going to get that opportunity. I guarantee it. You can come back to this video and listen to this again, because I'm telling you the truth. Braun Strowman is going to knock out fucking R-Truth. He's going to take the 30th spot, and he's going to win the Royal Rumble by just throwing one person over the top rope. That's it. That's all he's going to have to do. And whether he has clearance to do so or not, it's not going to matter, because all he's going to do is go in the Royal Rumble, do a simplistic throw his opponent over the top rope. That's it. And you do that with one fucking hand. You could have Rey Mysterio be the last entrant in the Royal, the last, make Braun Strowman and Rey Mysterio the last two guys, and there you go. You got your problem solved. Rey Mysterio is thrown out of the Royal Rumble by Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman wins the Royal Rumble, period, end of story, done with. And Brock Lesnar retains the Universal title, and there's your WrestleMania main event for Monday Night Raw. Yeah, I'm really painting a really horrible picture, ain't I? Because it is horrible. It's fucking dreadful. It's something that makes you want to take a gun and shoot yourself in the fucking head. Because this moment that Brock Lesnar should have lost the fucking Universal title to Braun Strowman was in 2007 at No Mercy. 2017, he should have lost the title at No Mercy. Braun Strowman should have been the champion going into WrestleMania 34, I believe, and facing Roman Reigns. That would have been a good matchup right there, because those two guys rivaled the shit out of each other throughout 2016. I believe it was 2016. I think it was 2016. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head exactly. Oh no, it was 2017. So yeah, that would have worked. Having those two rival against each other during 2017, and then moving on to the No Mercy pay-per-view in 2017 with Braun Strowman winning, and then keeping it all the way up to WrestleMania with Roman Reigns, would have worked. It maybe actually got people appreciate Roman Reigns, or you could have changed him to a heel. Something of that kind of nature. But, no, they couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. Now they're going to give Braun Strowman the Roman Reigns treatment, where everything is centered around Braun Strowman. And he's going to get countless of opportunities at Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, only this time around, finally, he's going to get a win after 3 losses to Brock Lesnar. I think 3 losses. It don't fucking matter. He's shit. Braun Strowman is an absolute garbage waste that they threw to the curb and fucked him all up from the get-go. That's all there is to it. He's not believable. He's not a guy that intimidates me anymore. I mean, he's a big dude. I wouldn't fuck with him in person. But he's not a guy that makes me believable in what he says. It's just a bunch of what he said about Paul Heyman. It's just a blah, 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 blah. You're talking out of your ass type of shit. So, I don't really even give a fuck about Braun Strowman. I really hope Braun Strowman does not win this Royal Rumble, because if he does, I will be extremely pissed. That review you're going to listen to is going to be one big, giant rant. That's it. That's all you're going to get out of me from that fucking review is a fucking rant. I'm not going to care about reviewing anything else on the card. I'm not going to care about giving you guys a complete analysis about what I thought about the entire show. The only thing I'm going to give a fuck about talking about is Braun Strowman winning a fucking Royal Rumble that he should have never won in the first place. You want to really know who should win the Royal Rumble? A guy coming off an injury who has done nothing for this company. Well, not nothing for the company, but the company has done nothing for him. This man should be the top dog in this company. He should be a fucking face of this company. He's an absolute beautiful performer. Yes, he may not have muscles. He may not be brick and iron with his body, but he's something that the crowd can relate to. His name is Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, in the past, about 2 years ago, requested and said he would love to have an opportunity to go one-on-one with the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And I'll tell you what, I'd love to see that match. Because when you look at Kevin Owens when he first came into WWE, he was like Brock Lesnar, only a bit smaller in height, and he didn't have muscles. That's the only difference. The rest of it, he was a club fighter, guy that would brawl, kick ass, and he looked good doing it. And he made you believe in what he was telling you. John Cena helped make him that guy. That is one thing John Cena ever did in his career, where he sold a character to us that made us believe in that character. Kevin Owens is an ultimate badass for us, the people. You want someone to be the ultimate face of your company? Kevin Owens is it. Kevin Owens was the face of Ring of Honor for about 2 fucking years. That man won multiple world championships in that company. He put on hardcore matches out the ass and performed with some of the best names in the business. Now, if Kevin Owens doesn't spell success to you, you're fucking crazy. And no, I don't want the Kevin Owens who held the Universal Championship after Finn Balor got injured. Not that guy. Not the guy that was teamed with Chris Jericho. I'm sorry. That just doesn't work for me. I want to see Kevin Owens who faced John Cena in 2015. That's the Kevin Owens I want to see. A badass. A guy that's got balls. And also doesn't have to cheat either and still wins. That is what I want to see. I want to see Kevin Owens win the Royal Rumble, and I want to see Kevin Owens go on to win the WWE Universal Championship from Brock Lesnar. Now, Finn Balor, on the other hand, what do you do about him? Well, I'll be honest with you. If you don't go that route and you can't clear Kevin Owens to show up in the Royal Rumble as a surprise entrant, I would make Finn Balor win the fucking damn WWE Universal Championship. Because at this point, you got no name whatsoever that's a full-time worker carrying that belt. And Finn Balor would be also perfect as the face of the WWE, as a lead face. Okay? That's all there is to it. Finn Balor or Kevin Owens are the two guys that should be champion for the Universal Championship. That's it. Now, you could also go this route. Maybe they can still do this. Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. They had countless of encounters with each other in NXT. They competed over the NXT World Championship and did a fantastic job together. They had a ladder match at NXT Brooklyn, which people absolutely loved. So why not go that route too? I mean, you're not going to make the Universal title or the WWE Championship, I honestly don't think is going to be marked as the main event match of WrestleMania. It's not going to be the last match on the card. It's going to be the Women's Championship for Monday Night Raw. Because of Ronda Rousey. That's all there is to it. Now, some other topics that I actually read or heard on YouTube is that WWE has now implemented that if any WWE superstar is unsatisfied with their contract, they have been offered other contracts from other companies, that if they have proof of the amount that they were given and their specific work dates, not specific work dates, but how many work dates they are specified to work for that company, they would go ahead and double their pay. Now, if that doesn't smell like they're fearful of competition or not taking the competition seriously, there's something seriously fucking wrong with you. Really, there's something seriously wrong with you. Because, quite frankly with you, you're not opening up your fucking brain here. And if you don't believe me, go ask JD, because he's definitely one of the guys that sees the same thing I'm seeing, and he's been reporting this shit for months on end. Now, I honestly feel that that is a great idea, but they never used to do this until AEW has been announced to exist. So, who's bullshitting who? I think it's WWE bullshitting us and their talent, because they're full of it. They don't care about their talent, they don't care about anything but what can make them more money. Now granted, don't get me wrong, it's great to make money, but let's do it honestly and with integrity here. Have respect for your people that are earning you that money. Care about them. Give them the respect that they earned. Because let me tell you something. Some of those guys, there are other promotions would kill to have their services. Impact Wrestling? Fuck, man. They'd love to have Finn Balor on their X Division shit. They'd fucking give him the main event with the X Division title on the line. Are you kidding me? Come on. Jesus Christ, man. They'd give Finn Balor the fucking keys to the damn company and give him a world title run on top of it. Who the fuck knows what they'd give him? But I know they'd give him a lot better treatment than what this company's giving him. AEW? Oh my god, they'd give him the fucking main event of a pay-per-view with someone that's really good like Kenny Omega. And he ain't even signed with the fucking company yet, but I'm pretty damn certain he will be signed with that company very soon at the end of this month. So, please, save bullshit with bullshit, because that's what WWE is. They're nothing but a cockamamie bullshit story company. They don't care about professional wrestling. They don't care about anything. The only thing they care about is making the almighty dollar. And I'll tell you what, there is more to life than just worrying about making the almighty dollar. I would rather go ahead, if I was working for one company that would pay me $500,000 a year, and I'm fucking miserable there, and I had another company that would be willing to pay me $250,000 a year, for a quarter of that. Oh no, that's actually half. Never mind. I don't even know my fucking math. What am I talking about? But no, if they were willing to pay me $250,000 a year for a company I actually enjoy working for, I'd take the $250,000 and be happy somewhere else than work for this fucking company making only $500,000. That makes me miserable. I have no creative direction. I can't sell the audience on being me. That's what this company needs to do. I've been saying this for a very, very long time on this channel. Since I started back in 2015. I know, 87 subscribers. Who the fuck cares what you have to say? I don't really care what you think. I'm going to still spill my opinion and what I think. Because what I think makes logical sense. These people, the talent needs to be the salesman. They need to sell us. You need to start letting them take the reins on who they're trying to portray. Their job is to sell us on who the fuck they are trying to be. Give them a gimmick? Fine. But let them sell it. Not give them a fucking script to memorize like they're doing a fucking a C-rated movie that's absolute crap, and not give them the opportunity to spread their wings and fly with what they're doing. Let them be them. Let them overinflate their character. Overinflate themselves. That is what needs to happen within the WWE. To make the wrestlers happy. The ones that can perform should get television time. At least once every couple of weeks or something. I know that every bit of talent can't show up on television week after week after week. That's not possible. But put them once in a while in a major storyline so that they could appear once a week on for the month, so they could show up in a fucking pay-per-view and have some kind of action of the pie. Give them some fucking reason to feel wanted and useful to the company. Because if it was me, I'm fucking traveling around the fucking world in the U.S. mostly, and I can't see my family, but yet I'm not doing a fucking thing but sitting in catering and doing nothing. What the fuck would I want to be there for instead of just being at home with my family? And go find some work that'll pay me something and have me do something for me to have a reason to say I can't be with my family. Because I'm trying to provide them food on the table. Because I'm actually performing my art that I'm good at. Jesus. What a stupid, fucked up company. All the talent in the world, and they're going to throw it all away. And they're just going to be another WCW fucking reject company. Because that's what WWE is right now. I don't get it. I really don't. Now, Finn Balor, him being put into the Royal Rumble match with Brock Lesnar. John Cena was the guy who decided to be the one to take the pinfall. Well, this wasn't even a punishment for what he did not showing up for Crown Jewel. This was his idea alone. Now, I don't have a problem with John Cena putting over talent, and quite frankly, it puts all the haters to bed on what they used to say about John Cena. Oh, John Cena buries everybody. John Cena don't care about helping others to succeed in a company. He only cares about himself. He's this, he's that. Get the fuck out of here. Guy was the top dog in a company. He is the face. He is the face that runs the place. That slogan ain't just a slogan. It's a fucking fact. When he shows up there in these live events, or any type of event, the people fucking explode. They give him a Rock, a Hulk Hogan, a Stone Cold Steve Austin reaction type pop. Do you get that from Roman Reigns? No. Do you get that from Seth Rollins? No. Daniel Bryan doesn't even get that kind of reaction anymore. Even when he was a face, when he got back into WWE. Nobody stands out anymore. Nobody's got overinflated egos and characters. There is nothing to get excited over. The only ones that really care are the people that actually love wrestling. And you're looking at them, or I wouldn't be sitting here doing a fucking 30-plus minute video right now, giving you my personal opinions of what I've read and heard in rumors and wrestling. I wouldn't be doing this. I could be sitting doing something else completely different on a Saturday night. But instead, I'm sitting here providing you guys my opinion and my feelings towards what I've read so far in WWE news and rumors. Next week, you're going to see another video posted by me. And each and every week, you're going to get a random wrestling talk episode. Now, granted, this is not me talking with another person, but I'm talking with you guys, the audience, telling you what I think. Now, I want to hear people's thoughts. I want to hear people's opinions. I want to have reaction. I want people to respond. Give me the response. That's all I'm asking for. That's what this video is about. This is what I'm going to do week after week after week with this channel. And I want to start seeing more and more reactions and views. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to this channel. And have a great night. Goodbye.